so evil and comfortable living feeble. All over the world, we about to go. Truth is coming out.
Number 11. Remember, I've been telling y'all the whole time. Understand who's over the media companies and outlets that's putting these men up.
Right.
Because what all we went over so far? We went over Shannon Sharp. What else we went over?
Yeah.
The famine that's coming. It was one other thing we talked.
Her son.
Yes. Oh, and then the GQ article. Yeah, that's what it was. Right. The GQ article.
Turning upside down.
So, yes, turning the world upside down. So, with that being said, let's read this next one about what Julia Margulies had to say.
Juliana Margulies apologizes for saying black people have been brainwashed to hate Jews.
So, she says that black people have been brainwashed to hate Jews. I find that hard to believe because y'all painted the Jews as white people.
Right.
And last I checked, y'all painted Jesus as white. Mm-hmm. And all black people have been painted and taught to love Jesus.
Right.
So how was we taught to hate the Jews? Hey, ain't nobody feeling sorry for y'all. People are seeing that Israel is doing some wicked ass stuff, and now y'all being held accountable. Now you saying we being brainwashed.
Right.
Go ahead.
Margulies, who plays a lesbian character on the morning show, also shared outrage at black and queer people for supporting Palestinians.
So they upset because black people got their own opinion. That's like if one day all black people started voting Republican, they'd lose their mind. Oh, Lord. This is going, how could they leave us?
Right.
We are the Democratic Party. Go ahead, scroll down. Gets better, gets a lot better. Go ahead, read that.
During a podcast interview on the war between Israel and Hamas, actor Juliana Margulies asserted that black people should be completely supporting Israel, but have been brainwashed to hate Jews.
So hold on, this is my first problem. How does somebody that's white get to determine what black people should be putting their loyalty and trust? That lets you know they don't think of you as a nation of people.
All right.
You are puppets for them.
Right.
They control what black people think, what you believe, what you think, what you should listen to, what you should dance to, who you should marry, where you should live. Everything the white man says, we control everything about you.
Right.
Y'all don't have a brain to be able to think. How dare you do something opposite than what we programmed you to do?
Right.
Because as Bishop Yawasop said, the white man was created here in America. They showed it to you and they cloned Tyrone.
Right.
They came right out the factory and they built, guess what? That movie's real. And that's why they upset. They said, how dare my creation go against what I built into them?
Right.
I got a chip in the back of your damn head and say you love white people. What are y'all doing?
You're right.
Supposed to be programmed.
Right. But guess what, y'all? We waking up. That phenomenon that Willie Lynch spoke about is happening. Black people are starting to think. The white scales, the milky scales of white Jesus is coming off our eyes.
All praises.
Caesar Borgia is slowly being pulled out of the hearts and minds of our people.
Right.
And we're going to be able to look at things objectively. And once you do that, you'll be able to see, hold on.
Right.
America is the black man's Holocaust. When do you see Jewish people setting up in Germany, listening to rap music and chilling out and living in the hoods in Germany? They ain't in Auschwitz throwing a party.
No.
Right.
They ain't in Auschwitz trying to be the first round draft pick. They ain't in Auschwitz trying to figure out how they can get more hoes. They got the hell up out of there and got their own land. But black people, America, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, New York, that's your Auschwitz. But guess what? Y'all been fooled and deceived to thinking that this is your homeland.
Right.
But guess what? Now they starting to see. We're starting to see it on little low levels. But go ahead, read it. Keep reading. The claims.
The claims that are just going viral were delivered on a November 21st episode of The Back Room with Andy Ostro, a podcast described as a humorous and honest take on politics and pop culture.
You see that? Y'all see what they're talking about, right? Politics and pop culture. They ain't talking about bending somebody's legs open. Go ahead.
The conversation was on the war in the Gaza Strip.
You see that? The conversation was about war. Read.
And Ostro brought up the U.S. and the Holocaust, a 2022 documentary by Ken Burns. Margulies, who is Jewish, jumped on it.
She jumped on that topic. Read.
It should be mandatory watching.
It should be mandatory watching.
Wow.
Read.
Especially.
What?
Especially.
For what?
For the black community.
You see that?
Damn.
They think they got rights to teach you and indoctrinate you on what they want you to do.
Right.
They said, hey, it's mandatory that they learn about our Holocaust.
Right.
Meanwhile, in America, they said, hey, in Florida, they said, do away with all black history. It's so bad now that the black church got to teach black history because they took it out of the schools.
Right.
Go ahead.
We met her spirit at camp. We had a camp in, up there by me.
Right.
And white woman, she says she's Jewish.
Right.
And officers teaching, she's agreeing with everything. All of a sudden, she was like, that could be perceived as hate. So we was like, wait a second. Why is it that every time we talk about black history, which involves your people, which you agree, oppressing our people, is it considered hate?
Right.
So I said to her, some extra question. You agree with American history? Yeah. I said, isn't that a form of teaching hate?
Right.
She was like, yeah. I said, so go tell DeSantis to take that out of school.
Right, there you
it got quiet. I'm like, every time we talk about the truth, y'all get offended.
There you go. There you go, because you can't. Give me that. They make it a man offender for the word. Isaiah 29.
Yep.
So she's saying that it is mandatory watching for blacks. She said especially blacks to learn. Meanwhile, what about our history? What about the things that we're supposed to be learning? They don't care about that. They only care about themselves. Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 21. That make a man an offender.
What?
That make a man an offender.
An offender for what?
For a word.
For a word. They get offended when you bring out the truth of what's really going on. They don't know how to handle that thing. But hold on, go back to the article, because it got a lot of good stuff, trust me. Especially for the blacks. Read that.
Mark Gillies, who is Jewish, jumped on it. It should be mandatory watching, especially for the black community. If I may, because Hitler got his entire playbook from the Jim Crow South, she said.
Go ahead.
Mark Gillies, star of The Good Wife on CBS and Apple TV's The Morning Show, added, the Nazis were watching how the Jim Crow South were treating slaves and said, oh, great call. Let's do that playbook. That's what we'll do to the Jews, which is also why in the Civil Rights Movement, the Jews were the ones that walked side by side with the blacks to fight for their rights, because they know. And now the black community isn't embracing us and saying, we stand with you the way you stood with us.
Oh, so she's saying, we stood with y'all during civil rights. Why y'all ain't standing with us today?
Damn.
Now I'm going to show y'all some history that the white man don't want you to know. We going to put an end to all this civil rights movement. The white man was walking hand in hand with us, and they wanted our rights. The first problem with that theory is, where the hell has the Jewish community been since Martin Luther King been shot dead?
Right.
I ain't seen them try to come out and donate any money to IUIC yet.
Nope.
At all.
I ain't seen a check come through. Guess what? We marched at the Barclays.
Yep.
Everybody saw us.
Yep.
Right.
I didn't see no Jewish people offer no support there.
Nope.
Damn now.
I didn't see no support, Mr. White Man.
Right.
Y'all say y'all about civil rights. We the most orderly group you could ever find.
Right.
If you about black liberation, because that's what the civil rights movement was,
Right.
they were trying to liberate themselves and elevate themselves. That's what we trying to do. Why you ain't helping?
Right.
Why you ain't giving donations? And guess what? You ain't even got to go outside in the cold. We don't need you to be there. All you got to do is donate your funds. You ain't going to do it. You know why? Because I'm going to show you the history of what you did during the civil rights movement. Bring up the first book point. So this book shows you what goes on, what was going on during the 60s. Go ahead, read that. White motives. Bring it on the screen.
White motives, Jewish motives.
Uh-huh.
The amelioration of the black condition was never the motive of the whites who assumed management of the political destiny of the black race.
So it was never the motive of white people to help blacks.
Damn.
And it says they controlled the political destiny of the black race. Understand that? Read.
While the whites who initiated black organizations.
Hold on. So this is also what y'all don't understand. White people created all your black organizations.
Right.
The NAACP, the Justice League, all the HBCUs, all of these were set up by white people. Read.
While the whites who initiated black organizations at the beginning of the 20th century wanted to thwart independent black development.
They wanted to thwart independent black development. They didn't how powerful that can be if black people were rolling by themselves.
Right.
They said, hey, we got to get in there. We got to get that black dollar. Read.
Check.
The white Jews.
The white Jews who came to be so prevalent in the black affairs.
Who became so prevalent in black affairs. Read.
Black affairs only became active because they desired access to the inner sanctum of American business, education, and housing.
Read.
In order to pry open the doors to those arenas.
In order to get into those arenas of business, education, and housing. Guess who was trying to get into those arenas? Black people at the same time. Read.
They realized that the promotion of civil
rights. Go to the next part, next page.
The promotion of civil rights, the removal of all race, ethnic, and religious-based legal discrimination provided the best strategy to gain entry.
So, they understood that civil rights was the best way to get the Jewish people into these arenas. Go ahead.
Wow.
Hold on. We're going to keep reading. Read.
Jews, therefore, formed a strategic alliance.
Jews, because of this, Jews formed a strategic what?
Alliance. With blacks who had already been chosen to lead integrationist organizations like the NAACP and the National Urban League.
Read.
The civil rights strategy grew out of this alliance. It was funded and controlled by Jews.
Hold on, read that again.
It was funded and controlled by Jews.
The civil rights movement was funded and controlled by Jews. Read.
Who sent the black masses out to protest the what I say?
They got blown up.
Yeah.
Make it bigger, y'all. We can't see.
Exclusionary American practices that kept blacks and Jews from full access to American commerce and culture.
So they were being discriminated too. But keep reading. The only reason why they did it because black people had the Jews. They was like, hey, that's our end right there. We can get in right there through them. Go ahead.
The NAACP grew.
Oh, hey, read it with some Jews. Come on, man.
Electrify.
Yes.
The NAACP grew into a major force in American race relations through a legal strategy that included the arguing by mostly Jewish lawyers.
So we had Jewish lawyers fighting for us.
That's right.
Read.
Of cases involving black plaintiffs.
Read.
To establish legal proceedings. And precedents and political rights that all outgroups could then use for their own specific advancement strategies.
Read.
Blacks seeking relief from poverty, ignorance, and exploitation were largely ignored.
Hold on, they were what?
Were largely ignored.
Black people issues were largely ignored. Read.
And ultimately abandoned.
And ultimately what?
Abandoned.
Read.
As soon as the legal tools were in place.
As soon as they got what they needed in law, they left black people alone. Read.
And available to Jews. White women.
White woman. Give him the mic.
To where we at? To Jews, white women, and the mostly light-skinned, talented Negro tent, who then pursued their own goals of inclusion in mainstream and still very racist white society.
Keep reading.
The prominent Jewish NAACP attorney, Louis Marshall, was clear about this when he remarked in 1924 that he hoped the success of these Negro organizations may incidentally benefit the Jews. Jewish Community Relations Council official Earl Rabb, writing in the late 60s, ultimately agreed with the integration movement's black critics. Whatever the Jews have done. As Jews in civil rights and anti-poverty campaigns, they have done for themselves.
They have done it for themselves. Read.
Not for the Negroes.
Read it again. Not for what?
Not for the Negroes.
Not for the Negroes.
Wow.
Not for the Negroes. Everything they did during the civil rights movement was for their own good and not for black people.
Wow.
Man.
How do we know that's true? Because ever since everything got implemented during the civil rights movement, where have you seen Jewish lawyers at?
Right.
We can't get them to defend us.
Right.
We got a whole bunch of cases against us. Where the Jewish lawyers at that's offering help for free?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm glad you said that part. Yeah.
Where they at? You can't find them.
Right.
Where's the Jewish community helping black people at today?
Right.
Because guess what? At that time, they were a little less fortunate.
Yeah.
Why are the black people still at the bottom of society?
Right.
Why are y'all telling us to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps?
Right.
How about y'all invite us into the Jewish communities? You won't do that.
Right.
So we ain't trying to hear that old lie what y'all did during the civil rights movement.
Right.
We read books. We know why y'all did what you did. And it wasn't to help black people.
Right.
We know that. You know how we know? Because the Jewish man is behind all the media companies that's going on today, right? And what do they push in the black community? They push Pharrell being in a dress.
Yep.
They push Dave Chappelle being in a dress.
Right.
They push Marlon Wayans being in a dress.
Right.
Meanwhile, they push what? The woman is over the man. That our young woman now, if you want to make it, all you got to do is rap about your private parts. Rap about your vagina. Rap about how many men you can have sex with. And guess what? You'll become a star overnight.
Damn.
Rap about drug dealing. Rap about gun slinging. And you'll become a star. And guess who's behind it? The Jewish media.
Right.
So they are in agreement with destroying black people.
That's right.
Understand that. As long as it's to their benefit for their people, they fine with it. Give me Sirach 12.
Yep.
Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Take your scripture.
Nah.
You get that look.
Sirach
precept.
chapter 12 and verse 10.
The
Real
book of
quick.
Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Never trust thine enemy.
What the Bible say?
Never trust thine enemy.
Never, ever trust thine. And we don't care how many Martin Luther Kings you walk with.
Right.
We don't care how many mega evers you walk with. Guess what? It was your people that put them to death.
Right.
Read.
Never trust thine enemy.
God says never trust your enemy. Read.
For like as iron rusteth,
As iron rusteth, read.
so is his wickedness.
So is his wickedness. Read.
Though he humble himself
Uh-huh.
and go crouching,
Read.
yet take good heed
Uh-huh.
and beware of him.
Read.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
You see that? No matter what he do, understand he got an ulterior motive.
Right.
Right.
This man is not to be trusted at all with anything.
Right.
Understand that this man he's seeking for you to fall. Go ahead, keep reading on that. Keep reading on that. We're gonna keep reading down.
Yes, sir.
Think it get
And
better.
thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away.
Uh-huh.
Set him not by thee.
Do what?
Set him not by thee.
Set him not by thee, read.
Lest when he had overthrown thee.
That's what happened during the civil rights movement. They overthrew us. We got the hell up out of there.
Right.
After the court cases was done, they went to the suburbs and we stayed in the hood. They set up lawyer firms and we still in the hood.
Right.
They set up organizations, we still in the hood. Read.
Lest when he had overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place.
Uh-huh.
Neither let him sit at thy right hand.
Read.
Lest he seek to take thy seat.
That's what he did. All the rights that we fought for, they took them.
right.
That's why we just got the doggone anti-lynching bill passed in 2023.
Right.
Read.
And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith.
Read.
Who will pity a charmer
Who will pity a charmer? Read.
that is bitten with a serpent?
You see that? Who will pity a charmer that is bit by a serpent? Hey, go to the IT channel. I sent y'all a video of Kanye West. It was a short on Thursday. I didn't get a chance to play it, but I want to pull it up real quick because he talked about something with the Jewish music media, and that's why he was shut down the way he was last year. And I'm going to show you. And if they are in support of us, yep, that's the video.
I believe that.
If they are in support of us and black people being successful, why did they shun Kanye West when he said what he said?
Right.
And why is what he said true? Because he said the Jewish media wants to destroy black people.
Right.
Man.
How is that? When y'all love us so much,
All right.
when y'all represented us during the civil rights movement.
Right.
Right.
For the check.
Go ahead.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Go ahead.
With the darker Jews, the 12 lost tribes of Israel, who we are, because we Jewish also. We from Africa also. We're the blood of Christ. So we're not just black.
Pause.
We are Jews.
So if you ain't know why he got canceled, that's why he got canceled.
Right.
Kanye West understood who we are to a T. Go ahead.
Just like the Jewish people. And now we're coming into money. But the main thing is, I got to drink the Douce over the Hennessy as the first step to us coming together, like how the Jewish people came together. But we couldn't even talk about, I remember Ben Horowitz called me after 444 and said, I don't know about Jay giving up Jewish business secrets.
Pause.
These secrets.
Hold on. Why is it a secret if y'all love black people?
Right.
Why do Jewish people have secrets if y'all walk hand in hand with the black man? Why we don't know about business the way they know about business?
Right.
Because they not for us. Understand that. Press play.
We was talking about building up the properties and stuff like that on
Yeah,
444.
these secrets they not finna be a secret no more. Like if somebody tells me something, it's like, yo, I want to tell you this, but it's a secret. I'm like, I'm not your personal hard drive. Like if you want to be a secret, don't tell me. I'm not here to keep nobody's secrets because it's only the truth that's gonna set us free. With the dark Jews.
So take that off. So that was a small part. And we don't went through that. But what he was getting at, he was showing you. Kanye West understood exactly what was going on. Right. These people are not for us. They want to see us destroyed in all ways, shapes, or form. In music, in clothing, in food. Right. However they can destroy us, that's what they're doing. Like the brother just said, they make us, we make them a lot of money.
Right.
A lot of money is made off of black and brown people's ignorance. Nike, white man.
Right.
Adidas, white man. All these organizations that every gun that the black man buy, guess what? You giving money to the white man.
Right.
You can talk about all the guns you want to, but all you doing is feeding money. I ain't never seen a black arms dealer.
Nah.
I seen a black what they call guns that scraped off and stuff. No.
Oh, the illegal ones?
Yeah. What they call it? A hot weapon?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Whatever they call
that.
it.
But you ain't gonna never see no Johnson. I got that Johnson 220.
Right.
220.
I got that Baker 45.
Right.
You know what's funny is, so she's saying about Hitler and he used Jim Crow tactics. They're using Jim Crow tactics.
There you go.
Freaking hypocrites.
They hypocrite 100%.
Damn.
100%. Go back to the article. Scroll down. We stand with you. Why don't you stand with us? Go ahead.
Margilis added that Jewish allies died for the cause of civil rights.
Lies.
But decades later, as the Israel-Hamas war ramps up, Democratic voters, and specifically black voters, have been less emphatic about expressing support for Israelis versus Palestinians.
So, black people is finally standing up and saying, you know what? We ain't dealing with this.
You know why? Because black people, the uninformed black man knows what oppression is.
There you go.
Right.
So they see bombs dropping and they're like, wait a second, that looks familiar.
Yep.
Right.
We had that happen in, OKC.
Yep.
We got destroyed the same way. So, of course, they're going to be empathetic to the one that's being oppressed.
There you go. You always going to identify with the oppressed because guess what? That's where we at.
Right.
We an oppressed people. We can identify with that. We like, you know what? I'm gonna go with Palestine. I don't know who they is or where they at, but it seems like they the underdogs.
Right.
And if you know anything about black people here in America, we are the ultimate underdog.
Right.
So much that we were the first people here, and we still at the bottom.
Damn.
Every other nation show up, and they get above us quick as hell. Why is that? Because of the Bible. Give me that Deuteronomy real quick. I'm going to show y'all why we still at the bottom. Why the Chinese man came here, he can open up a restaurant.
Damn.
Why the African man come here, he can open. The Arab man get over here late as hell.
For real.
He got stores everywhere.
Right.
How is that? We created, everybody know George Washington Carver. We ain't got one potato chip company out there.
Damn.
We got Rap Snacks.
Right.
How is that? George Washington Carver created the potato chip, and we ain't got no Lay's, we ain't got no Cheetos, we ain't got nothing, but we created it.
We got the Foreman grill.
Hey, Captain Romeo Millers, they fired though.
Right, yeah.
Romeo Millers.
We got the rap snacks, but we ain't making it.
Right.
Go ahead. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 43.
Mm-hmm.
The stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high.
You see that? The stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high. Who's that stranger? That stranger's Moab, which is the Chinese man.
Mm-hmm.
That stranger is Edom, which is the white man. That strange man is Amalek, which is the Jewish man. That strange man is Ishmael, which is the Arab man.
Right.
Those are the strange nation. That strange man is the Lebanese, who is Arabs. All of these other nations have got up above us very high. Read.
And thou shalt come down very low.
And thou shalt come down very low. Very low. You got Eli Whitney. He created cotton gin. Well, we ain't got no jeans. The black man ain't got no pair of jeans that we making.
No Levi's.
No Levi's. How is that?
And it's called Levi.
And
Right.
we ain't got nothing. Nothing to show for it. You got the Elijah McCoy. He created the thing with the trains. We ain't got no black train stations. How is it? We create everything and we still at the bottom because we are under a curse because we refuse to be obedient to the commandments of God.
Right.
Go ahead. Was that it on that?
He shall lend to thee.
He shall what?
He shall lend to thee.
He shall lend to thee. Read.
And thou shalt not lend to him.
So we finna get into that next. We finna get into that next. Go to article number. I want about the hospital. How they sought to destroy us.
Hey, even with that lending too, like when we first came out of slavery, we had something called the Freedmen Bank.
Right.
Where we actually stored up millions because, we weren't making money like that. But we got to the point to where we actually had millions because we came together.
Damn.
But guess what? That got destroyed by so-called white men.
Yep. Number 10.
We had, what's his name now? Remember the brothers? They had their own banks, but they had to put the white man in front, like as the front.
Yeah. The one that made the movie about.
Yeah. I can't remember his name, man. As soon as they found our brothers behind it, they shut it down.
Right.
Yeah.
Quick. Go to number 10. Article number 10, y'all. Article number 10. Y'all think we playing. Y'all think the white man is your friend. Okay. We gonna show you. We gonna give you more proof. Go ahead. Press play on that.
And now to an update on a story that we're following. A judge has denied motions that would have dismissed a federal civil rights lawsuit brought by black descendants of Portland's Albina district. The lawsuit, first reported on by the Oregonian, alleges that the city of Portland, the former Portland Development Commission, and Emmanuel Hospital conspired to destroy the mostly black community more than 50 years ago. During the 1960s and 70s, more than 150 families were forced from their homes for a hospital expansion project that never actually happened.
Y'all see that?
Defendants argued that
they seek to destroy us everywhere. Wow. And guess what? They do it by pushing papers. And guess who's the culprit behind it? Your friendly neighborhood white man. Right. Go ahead, press play.
That never actually happened. The defendants argued that those suing did not suffer direct harm and that the statute of limitations had run out.
Pause.
But this week...
So now that it's being found out, they say, yeah, nobody really experienced any harm and it's too old. Meanwhile, they'll bring up a rape case on Bill Cosby from the 1960s. Right. Nobody got a problem with that.
Right.
Nobody got a problem about that. But when it's to judge the white man, no, you got limitations then.
Right.
I'm telling you, these people are hypocrites. Press play.
U.S. District Judge Michael Simon disagreed with those arguments, allowing the lawsuit to go forward. The judge saying the loss of community is direct damage the plaintiffs have suffered.
So let's go to the article. Let's read a little bit about this.
That was wicked as hell.
That's
man.
crazy.
So y'all think we be playing when we say these people is out here to destroy. And I love the title. It says lawsuit alleges Portland conspired. Conspired. Give me that Psalms 83 real quick. It ain't no article to it. It's just a video.
Yeah, just a video.
All right, cool. Just a video. Perfect. So, happened in one place. It didn't happen in one place. The white man does the same thing all over the world.
Yep, right.
Understand, that's what he does. This is not a one-trick pony. This man used the same tactic everywhere. Expulsion, regentification, all of that, they do the same thing everywhere. Go ahead.
Book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Thine what?
Thy enemies.
If you don't know who the enemy is, you need to wake the hell up. Read.
Make a tumult.
And
they that hate thee.
And they that what?
Hate thee.
They that hate thee, read.
Have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Read.
And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
From being a nation. You know what a nation has? A nation has a community.
Right.
A nation has a community.
Right.
That's why every time the black man sets up a community, what happens? It gets bombed, destroyed, or redlined.
Right.
Every time. But they got to get you up out of the community. What happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Right.
Bombed. What happened in Rosewood? Bombed. What happened in Philadelphia? Bombed. What happened in Flint, Michigan? Poisoned. What happened in L.A.? Riots. They try to destroy wherever black people at. They don't want you to be peaceful.
Right.
They don't want you to be able to think clearly, to have your own people around you and y'all able to come together. That is not what the white man is about.
Right.
Understand that.
You know, Cap, and on that point, one of the statements that were made is that the greatest threat is black unity.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
You
Like
understand the
Bishop
power
brought
of that
out
thing.
yesterday. Yep. It's power in black unity. And that's why when they thought about how they had us segregated, they thought it was good.
Right.
Until they seen things like Black Wall Street, they're like,
prosper.
oh, yeah. Maybe this ain't so good.
Right.
They raising up too quick. Bring up the video where it shows them discussing why they had to integrate black people into the community. The Trick Baby dinner table. Trick Baby dinner table scene. Bring it up for some of these Negroes who still want to love the white man, not understanding why you got that job that you got.
Right.
Not understanding why you got that car that you got. Not understanding why you may have a political position that you have. It's for their betterment. It ain't for your people.
Right.
They do that to destroy you. So you will never think about your people, and you will always put your people last. Go ahead, press play.
It's you liberals who have lifted them up, Howard.
Paul, you conservatives make a mistake. You can't afford to strangle hope in people. Without hope, people become dangerous.
No, Howard, you liberals have let them invade our society. You give them jobs, political jobs.
Paul, you missed the point. It's only the smart ones we move up.
That makes it even worse.
No, we have to move them up. If we leave a smart one in the ghetto, he might develop into a leader against us. But if we raise him up into white society, we neutralize him. He feels compelled to try to act like us. He loses his identity and his racial anger, if he has any. He becomes alien to his brothers. They realize he sold them out and they grow to hate him. He becomes worthless to them and safe for us. No, thank you. In fact, in his love for the creature comforts, except for his color, he's become one of us.
Give me Maccabees 11:21. He has become one of them. Yeah. That's where a lot of y'all at right now. You have become the white man, except for your color.
You know, that's crazy. Esau's basically showing you he's learned from his mistakes.
There you go.
You know, that's why I see Bishop and Deacons be pulling stuff from like the Matrix, how the Matrix evolves.
There you go.
They realize, okay, we was working like this, but then they revolted. All right, we got to kind of fine tune this. He said racial anger.
Yep.
So deep down, he knows in every brother's spirit,
there you go.
they anger at oppression.
Damn, right. That's heavy. That's a heavy point. They understand what they did to us.
Yeah.
They like the racial anger that he should have.
Right.
We gonna take it out of him because we gonna give him the creature comforts.
Yep.
We gonna neutralize it because he's gonna have the things that we don't give them.
Right.
Because what? We destroy their communities when they come up.
Yep.
We don't allow them to have nice things. We don't allow them to have businesses. We redline their communities.
Right.
We don't give them loans.
Right.
They understood that. They say all that racial anger, though, we going to take it away. We going to give them the biggest house on the block in our community. We going to let them be a Republican.
Right.
We going to let him be the president of the United States. He can be whatever, but guess what? He has become one of us.
Right.
Man, how do we know that's true? Look at your politicians today and tell me who has stood up for our people. What politician has stood up and said, you know what? Those brothers out there in purple and gold, those brothers are all right.
Bring it out.
Bishop Nathaniel is a leader that's to be respected by all people on the face of the earth.
Right.
Which one has done it? You won't find him.
Nada.
Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name? Question or comment? Where you calling from? Caller.
Hello, shalom.
Shalom.
Christ bless.
Most High Christ bless, sister.
I'm sitting here and I'm listening, and that video that you just played, it is so sad for our people, because you see, looking at the whole entire thing, is that we are the only one not getting the point that these people do not like us. And the sooner we get it and understand, is the quicker we can obey the commandments of the Most High and get out of here. It is so sad. We are the only one who do not want to accept these people and who they are.
Right. We agree. We agree with you.
Yes, all praises, and our people just need to get it together and just stop the fooling around and just come together and do what we need to do.
100%. All praise.
You guys continue doing your keep up the good work, guys.
Where you calling from, sis? You sound like Benji.
No, that's Benji.
I'm Benji. I'm calling from Florida. I try to call in every week.
All praise. Thank you for calling in, sis.
I praise you.
Most High Christ bless. What I got you reading?
They hated their people?
Yeah. 11:21.
Yep, bring it out.
First Maccabees chapter 11, verse 21. Mm-hmm. Then certain ungodly persons.
Read.
Who hated their own people.
Who what?
Who hated their own people.
Read.
Went unto the king and told him that Jonathan besieged the tower.
So guess what, y'all? We're going to have people today that look like you, talk like you, came up in the same neighborhood as you. Guess what? They hate their own people. Right. Why? Because they love what Esau has given them.
Happy life.
Give me that Luke 4. When you bow down and worship me, all these things I'll give to you. Right. And that's what we see. Barack Obama was the president for 8 years.
Right.
He didn't do a damn thing for black people. Nope. Why? Because he hated his own people. He became one of them. He played basketball.
Come on, man.
He walked with a little swag. He had a little twang in his voice. A little deep pitch in it, so you thought he was black.
Yeah.
He didn't pass nothing for black people. Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name? Question, comment, where you calling from?
Hey, shalom.
I know that ain't Brother Job in the building.
Oh, snap.
All praise. What's going on?
Job. Hey, nothing much.
Job, you all right? Sounding bad, man.
Huh?
Sounding tired, man.
Yeah, I just woke up. I put it online then, and I fell asleep.
Damn.
I woke up.
We put you to sleep. All praise.
Nah. Yeah. I was up all night and I don't know.
I got you.
But yeah, I ain't really got no.
All praise. Well, thank you for calling in, Joe.
I ain't called in a minute, you know.
All praise. Go ahead. What was that?
Luke 4.
Luke 4. Yeah, Luke 4.
The book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
And the devil taking him up into a high mountain. Read. Showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time.
Read.
And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for it is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will give it. If therefore thou wilt worship me. If thou therefore wilt worship me. If you
worship the white man in all his glory, he'll give you whatever you want. You can have whatever you want here in America. Right. Ask these young black girls that's just giving up their lives to the white man. Mm-hmm. That's half naked. They might as well just be porno actresses with music. That's all it is. Right. All of them, they have all the riches of the world now. If you bow down and worship the white man, the world is your oyster.
Yep. Right.
Understand that. That's all you got to do. If you really want to be successful, you can do it.
Yeah. Right.
You can do it. How do we know? Look at who's successful in the black community. Mm-hmm. And look how they getting their money. Being drug dealers, being murderers, being a dope boy, being a stick-up kid, being a rapper, all these different, all of them are worshiping Satan.
Right.
How do we know that? Job 9:24. Job chapter 9 and verse 24. How do you get notoriety and fame in today's society? How do you rise above your people? How do you get a TV show? How do you get a shoe deal? How do you get a record deal?
Right.
Bow down and worship Satan. Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name? Question or comment? Where you calling from?
Shalom, brother. I'm calling from Tyler. My name is Tyler, Texas. My name is Joanne.
How you doing, Sister Joanne?
How you doing? How
Good.
y'all doing?
We doing great. We doing great. What wisdom
Good.
you got for us this week?
I just wanted to read something that Dr. Frances Cress Welsing wrote. She said that we're the only people on this entire earth who've been taught to sing and praise our demeanment. I'm a bee, I'm a whore, I'm a gangster, I'm a thug, I'm a dog. If you train people to demean and degrade themselves, you can oppress them forever. You can even program them to kill themselves, and they won't even understand what's happened. And I saw her on Donahue, and her wisdom was just amazing. She was spiritually led, even though she didn't talk so much spirituality, but you could tell the Most High was using her, just as He did with Harriet Tubman. And I just wanted to read something. You had mentioned a scripture about Jeremiah, the degenerate plant, that God, the Almighty, said that He didn't make us to be that.
Right.
And it says, well, you can read 1 Thessalonians 4:7. A brother can read it, maybe. Or do you want me to read it?
No, we'll read it for you. 1 Thessalonians 4:7.
What is this?
1 Thessalonians 4:7.
The book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 4, verse 7. For God had not called us unto uncleanness, but unto holiness.
Right.
Yes, and that's what it's all about. He made us His special people. We weren't meant to be what we are today.
Right.
And also, I don't know if you remember, in I think the late 90s, the early 2000s, there was this thing called Girls Gone Wild.
Right.
I mean, they showed it like every 15 minutes or something on television. These were Caucasian females that they were showing.
Right.
I think I saw one black female in all of that that they were showing, and it was very popular. The guy got really rich off from it, but they shut him down real fast because what was he showing? A bunch of degenerate Edomite females and what they were doing. And now our people have been the target of that. And we're buying into, I mean, some of us are buying into it, the younger ones who don't.
Hey,
they know better, but they don't know better.
Hey,
they don't know their history.
That's a heavy point you just brought out, sis. That's a heavy point.
Yes,
you don't hear nothing about Girls Going Wild no more. That whole thing is done. They cut that dude completely off.
Yeah, they shut him down.
Damn, that's crazy. Heavy point.
Yes.
Heavy point.
Sir.
They said, get the Girls Going Wild out of here. Now let's get the twerk kings in.
Right.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All praises. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you so much for doing. Y'all keep up the good work.
All right.
The Most High's wonderful work. Just keep it up. Don't be discouraged. Just keep on pushing.
All praise. All praise.
Yes, sir.
And you know what, Cap?
Thank you.
Yep.
You know, and on that point, the Girls Gone Wild is gone, right? But guess what? Now you have OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? You got our sisters out here showing all the assets. You know what I'm saying? When the scripture says that the woman should be adorning herself to miles of pearl,
right?
Guess what? Now the sisters out there, they're like, man, they don't care about that stuff.
Yep.
They want to show their assets. They want to be disrespectful, and man, look, hey, our sisters need to get it right.
Tell them why you're mad, son. Tell them why you're mad.
I'm mad.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.
Be strong in the Lord. His word